Kwa baby on fire do ye nkunya se mpanyufo si nkunya wa ha ye bedwendwen nsem ye bobo ho na wotwe wie ye de ne de eko de hye na wotwe ase de hye na wotwe ase ye kire ani sikasem se beko IMF anase ye nko IMF ne ye di wie ene efie ntibraso se mpanyufo so ebesi nkunya mpanyufo de no bi dwuman ye rasa kasale a national communication team member the ruling New Patriotic Party sanso na yewra ye Emmanuel Oparijan so ye samufo panyimba do Bokrata Daily Democrat Penyufo mienu ena nano peye no mu esinkonya penyufo omache
enua
ata apomi ede
oh nyamena dum we bia bako
saka when was the last time abaha
oh me ba de bia o
dabe
me ba radio
me musa say dabe na ba radio dabe na ba TV
oh I mean about 3 months ago
3 months ago
yeah 3 months ago
okay then nyina na yadwuma ya
yeah adwuma ya because I had here me ba ha metro ni original FM. Original FM every Tuesday evening. Okay. Many pato.
Okay. That's it. You are pare.
Yeah.
Apo me there. Asitina mo boko.
Ade actually enu here first. Na ne aka dey ato so.
Okay.
Yeah, use formula no.
Okay.
Either you make it 100 or 001. And where you feel say o dey 1 be she no. Ha.
One hour decided.
Ha, but me feel say the best placement here should be 010.
Is a middle.
Ha, no na we are one who na be handle. Open so you look there, o be fast the other way.
Oh my god,
010 unya go benua. No margarina dos.
Is it bibia e lozio.
De aka nyina nsi.
Apoto you akra de boy de. Apoto you. Unu apoto you.
Aminu apoto you asanka.
Asanka. Tapoli. Prekese. Prekese a first ku gina na woto prekese e bia 2 series a.
Esesa.
Ko say yes sama wo say. You see ya di kan de tire bom yensa.
But no, nyam yensa.
O say?
Oh 5.
Ai
5 2 series no 5.
Oh,
2 days ago me to be o Nima market.
Nima market. Okay.
Omo ye about 5. Even grab omo de ba ko ka ho na NS.
Me to be wo to be to apja. Me to be apja. Me to be ko fodu akwa so fresh team kon.
Omo sisiu.
No, that's what they one at the bank no, one at the bank no. Say be your bounce on the boy situational seller. Nti e ba obeton na say ade san no kwa. Na opentema dispose ha no wa wave e bia the profit be also no. No wave na aye yi na ma.
So china be saba be gina mu sa.
But me to kwan so pa. O de o me
to aton na.
There be me ton me yusu.
Oton.
There be me yusu. Me ton bedi.
A prekese na odi.
Yep, me no me yen say tea.
Ana prekese yendi. Oto prekese.
O da yendi to said do no yes. Say na me kan.
I say o de o mfanya.
Ye nua na.
Odi. Because you consume.
Me de tea.
Okay.
Me de tea. Ebi de nkwan.
Okay.
Me de tea.
Prekese ye ka bebre krampo ni ma de kra fe no prekese. Ye hye komo na se.
Tetrapura.
Me mo sa botanical name. Ye tena ha etua sa botanical name mebe ene hwan botanical name.
Eno na ade abedu ha.
Ene ne abedu pepese edu. I know man penada Jodramani Mahama. Conversation is share beginning of this week. Yewra Gabi associate that can say sika na buy expect so obenya from E11 no. Every month na government expecting here about 600 million so far. A year 10%, which is 60 million per year to be in. So it means like E-levy has failed to yield the needed revenue and abandon person here. No, or actually say he is not against IMF if the government considers. Say I hear very soon government have to borrow to pay a year workers. And now former President John Dramani Mahama also says looking at the current situation in Ghana economy, the best way to go is for the government to seek IMF intervention. No more a policy credibility, no more balance a year your account sheet. No. Do you agree with former President Mahama? Dear now if we say Ghana ye benya se ne aban decide so ye call IMF.
Yo, ma me ntie for. Na me nka say sa option no. Me say e bi ye yes, e bi ye no.
Okay.
Na wo hwe ba bia ya bedu ase oman a. E bi enya wo wish. Se bi ye ho na be ko bet ukodu ba bia na wa wo hwe wo ne ekoso wo hwe wo books when the data is there who said no baby ade adu there me option ye nti me feel say be edu no say ye kwa as a country enya a bad option to go now because ye revenue crime to me into ye commitments in terms of
interest. So we be say what is the state send and Ghana skasemtie
no maybe the science for us high saturated so just say bibia nkoso biem nia wodi gumu ni nyina ye expenditure and income side no and a boama utumi a balance a dissolve better what I say income side na aye choke ebi mabim but unfortunately managers of the economy no egusu a build the expenditure side no nti ama one side abeye heavier than the other instead of to have an equilibrium eja you call secondary school you try nti instead of two should met somewhere ma you say you equilibrium tie bia okay you ntumi kra enya abeye ho hehan no but you ni bisa you say ye revenues ni nyina revenue streams ni nyina aye choke ntumi miti ye commitment and a commitment no nya say bia ye internals ayo bebre di tuaka so sika bia ko tuaka now a can come to me to area then you there's a desperate situation e ho ni ba bia Ghana yedu ye sika nyina di tuaka nti ye nya bi kra nye basic things as ye ma oman no etumi expand growth e ma economic activities koso e ma e popper at least yes nya additional income and say because sika e ba no ba bia ko nyina no it's not towards development. It's not towards infrastructure. Okay, infrastructure because and also be boama growth there aba. Sika ba ya ye kutua interest on loans a ya gije ye hu ne dia ye. Nti baby edu na say ye dwane toa. Sa na ye fa say ye nka no. Say bibi ba fie na say mo kan na nye ya. Ye dwane toa panyi. Ko na panyi okay mate. Nti say den na menye ma wo. O waja wo dem slow. Meji mfo so etom. But still I say me hwe me ma. Okay, any sanity dia metumi na so it I me fast here call so that one day economic issues no o mind that credibility na international community na sanya confidence we mu so se say here kwa e bia discuss ko se ye mfanye e what be e was ye bosi e boy no ohun ne ye dia ye yetua sa huge interest na eno agi ye revenue nyina no plus aban workers ne ade we have nothing for any other thing apart from say you di tuya loan until for say baby you do there you could do we are there will be more transparent in how we use our resources there will be specific direction say musika no enko and say a big baby man okay what do you need we need to stimulate growth okay be here by $1 billion I say $2 billion sky e di mamu onji na dia kutua ayu e be anyone abode won kana kasa so instead of paying maybe mama a little bit of time Zania ye call hipik no I man is say ye find development ye no so ye di 2020 toilet ni ade no when we go there on my boys okay ye hu mo the way am fa nkrofo wo e bia aban mu in terms of flash house and government present side no over 1,000 aid me ade no no it's unnecessary ade na mo hwe this time quite say ICT aba so why do you still need more people na de ekoso ade be de e etomo so ade na utu kwan as a president now what president get now high jet I cost about $20,000 per hour
20,000
euros okay and then that's maybe say dollar eti when you na be ma expenditure no home they will begin to tighten it for you and I say the discipline baba let me put it that way
so it to stop the government for wasteful spending
yeah ebe ma why you discipline you because one kasa no I say who ne ekoso no to be honest with you aban pen for bia ahotire ekoso sia no they don't see it minim ne obeka so oye aban pen ni bi ohun bi no I don't know ono obi ni ohun bi because the system has provided that comfort onto fuel onto yadanka onto light bill onto water bill ni otukwan onye no otua hotel ka so what I say
sure
it is a ni pay
ka dey she no kra nyo na
to ni su ono onye no to what I say it is a ni sika kra ye odi 1,000 na 2,000 bia ebet machine kotokom because you hear bia ye basic things here am for spending about 60% of their income on food ono sade nyina ye de man enti o ka sa ho kire wa ohun enti bibia kura empushi ni man say on take measures ebe ma won spending 60% of their income no abo wo ma ati sa percentage ni so
okay
be wo ko IMF dia they will begin to look at your books. Okay, last year, my revenue benny, I don't know, one franc kwa. Oh, I'm on the kwa. Was there a need for creating NAPCO? So what I say? Was there a need? It was just a bit for political reasons that we create here. No, don't do that thing again. So baby, still there were institutions that with me.
Do you think as a government consider IMF to somehow affect the free SHS? Maybe they will say so.
No, not say free SHS and yeah, internal is Canadian. What I say? And you are more busy than you. Some say more busy than you. Until there was a revenue stream.
But sometimes IMF say like okay, baby, I'll spend the echo. Okay, how this kako pass? How do we subsidy? Obeka 2014-15 the last major program any IMF coin. Omo say okay, yeah the limitation as a limit by public workers wo my form no. Yes, for the who say be me the limit to me at the buy. Okay, so subsidies are hold our government to do good for so no nkro no ba no. Yini nyina fa fro say the be a to me ama o man no etumenya sika. Can IMF also suggest okay free SHS no maybe too huge according to finance minister vegan escapa okay yenye in such a way say omo mo sika betumi atua and now say yenhwe halfway a government.
Yeah, I don't know it will not affect the individuals in the sir. Say if there's options okay going forward no. Yeah, if say one bit metua no. E be begin any optional. One bit metua no. You can pay and go. But enye bibia sa ho sika no yenya. We still have it because your oil revenue nyina eba no. Ye yibi e na ye dekọ. Nti ye no ye bet ye ukọ MFA. One critical thing say look you have to be transparent because whatever books and so whatever books untimi nko gisika na unkan ti obi say one obi road contract na untua ne ka one obi say also fertilizer na untua ne ka one school fee for na untua wonka they say all sectors of the economy you are not paying them eti abaye stand still bibia kra move na bia additional revenue bi abama na dey enya we continue to be where we find ourselves as a country eti IMF from there me for say abani be kwa the fear say be won kwa na they will feel say at a point in time they talk against it so what I say but already no nyama they talk against it they have violated a lot already we have money yet sika so eso ye bre ye ba ye bobisia ye wo sika my ejuma Bank of Ghana ye betumi di yen sika ye o makwa bontia ko disika ye gisika say me bi kwa Dr. Bamia say sika bi yakobo no etumi two borehole be ya he wo ni area ya bobisia ye kai wo mam sisia it's over 400 billion from 122 to 400 billion granted say once be a forest in terms of say dollar no nya ade no depreciation no e ka no but just can you bobisia fi ayo nti say I can't cry for say I can't maybe a 5% and a 10% the remaining one away what me bobisia at the good bank
okay
and then the president Mahama kind also kwa brochire at the point in time no banks ni bi nya sai crisis no aban no ni nyansa mu no e discover ye de e be shame etim ye no it went back to the original owners na indigenous enya akukuduro ebue banks eno e shame crofon crime o ba ya wo option say obegunu ugunu wi also akote development bank with the 22 billion good bank we are time less than 1 billion so we the development bank na say motivation now odi be good bank no enye papa
22 billion to collapse banks and 1 billion
no less than 1 billion once ebi say eno kra once jama covid scan bi no yi call
is it 750 million dollars
eno o move akọ now enti won say the intention of doing the so-called banking, you know, will be interest.
Okay.
But I'm not can be. Yeah, maybe you just see. Me, okay, see, me, your economist there. Yeah, lay my assessment near ye. Okay, see, me can. Because Ghana, baby, a big then ni fit ya see any. Ye banks are ye di kind say ye guno.
Okay. Yera Emmanuel Parija no. Saka.
Yes.
Former President Mahama again. I reminded. The economic management team led by Dr. Mahama Addo and Nana Addo say they should consider going to IMF because baby Ghana yedru we are the crossroad. Would government adhere to this advisor or their memory?
Yeah, I mean that's a bit brave. Mama for konye we na menchie tie fo nyina. Yeah, I think so. Obia once I we Ghanaian obetima advice, but it is up to government to take your advice or not to take. But media minim say when it comes to the economy, John Dramani Mahama ni onim the economy nim die because yahu die oye in the past. Economy yede manu. Professor Mills hand over manu. He brought the economy aground. That time, no na any problem biya to say COVID-19 and now war biya eco baby. Na any sad no. Na we were in normal times. But to the extent say under him, the cedi depreciated in 2014 40%. Under the fourth Republican regime, who be that? Say cedi depreciated to the extent say ono ankasa na onim dia obeye. He came out to say ode osika ko banka. He said dollar. Ombeji 2% of sanwema no. And a Ghanaian Susana osan yi. Such a person. Or person back to power no. Or advice here, you have to take it. You have to be extra careful with advice. Minim say Ghana as an African country, we have signed up to IMF by the fact say we are part of the
fund, IMF.
The Article 4 consultation. IMF na yejuma. Whether we sign to or more program and na sign at every year biya IMF look at how things are going in your country. In your myself, but say open support, extended credit facility, and open say yeah more policy credibility in those they give you by ensuring say abe mau policies say onfa. But you see, in the past, yakwa amefa and the role is structural adjustment program in Sanwemano 1, 2, 3. We went to IMF and the role is in the 80s, 89 thereabout. In under J. Kufo, the HIPIC program was an IMF program. Because at that time, no, not the NDC and the rollers, no must say economy to the extent say we're using all your sika warning in the service debt. The tracker. And there was little left to prosecute other development programs.
Is that the situation different from what we have today?
Maybe. I'm coming. I'm bringing the trajectory. It is that time, no, it was so eminent, say, young IMF. And Jacob for my call. But under that time, no, we came out quickly. We came out of the IMF program, the EPIC program, no, within a record time. Because now you new money. Professor Mills by, no, or the IMF. The IMF program, and you see, under Kufona, yes, see, we were not going back to IMF because now, after the year, Professor Mills by or the IMF. John Dramani Mahama, under John Dramani Mahama, 2015, April 15th, more the IMF for 3 years. IMF now more the you know. The reason was say, you see, Kasema enye. Newma aye basa economy na say no, it was not because of say COVID. I mean the kaka it was not because of say COVID and now war be na ma dabi eno de eno an say oh yentimi ye newma yi even dum so kra aba because of that yentimi even IMF economy yentimi tua say yenkoto even fuel power thermal generations. It's because of that, you know, IMF. But you see, coming forward, we criticize the NDC. Say, why did you manage the economy to the extent say the economy no ebe tonsuomu. Economy na ebe tonsuomu boom. A sink to say Titanic. Under John Dramani Mahama. And yes, see, why did you manage the economy like that? yeah, criticism to the extent say you have to go back to IMF. Criticism was about not just going to the IMF, but the mismanagement of the economy to the extent say you go IMF. IMF so IMF should always be the last resort. And the normal situation, IMF, when you mismanage the economy. And the abnormal situations, to say COVID period, and now war, we are suffering na esu. Baby, even in the UK, demonstration. Say and this is in the US, this is the in 40 years, this is the highest in terms of inflation. The UK, but 30 years, highest of inflation. Uko Nigeria cry, omu oil producing country. Omu produce oil close to about 2 million barrels
a day.
Yeah, 2 million barrels per day. Almost. It's not up to, but almost. But uko Nigeria says fuel cry benye big good car mo cry onye. Cars turn a Timiton line. From aha echo so no omunya fuel na bianto mi walo omo fuel omo petroleum see we only produce about 150 barrels.
So Metawasia, due to Russia-Ukraine war and also COVID-19 impact, it's compelling the government to consider.
Yeah, obetiasie. It's weighing in idea the mekano to say there's this problem all over the world. Kenya Kenya and Egypt. Egypt, one of the, if not the greatest economy in Africa. Omunyina call IMF. Kenya wa hoda dada. So what you say? Because obiabre. New say even the rating agencies in South Africa, the South African government and some civil society organizations almost say they should suspend rating countries because obiatom so mu and all rating mu. Why? I mean, it's like you go to a hospital to look for people who can lift. Oko hospital oko hwe nkrofo a ombetuma macho djuma because obi aho kire no na order ho no na wo reje say we dey obetimi we dey say uye macho man kra na ukodu hospital.
But say doctor ayade form that even intensive or emergency care no always you have to assess them. No so okay we dey
the context am
say we dey na ho ade abasoro kakra nti we betimi ayi na mana kofie no aba review.
The context am me kano to say open macho men say o mon lift nyoma enye hospital na wo be kwa pepe o ube uye macho man kra na wo koda hospital a o hon den ebekofom. That's the point I'm making.
Okay.
If you continue to rate countries, especially African countries, under a pandemic where obia relate under the devastating effect of the pandemic, you are doing nothing. That's the reason why they say, because and rating agencies so I'm gonna say in countries say we downgrading way from A to B plus positive or negative outlook Emma uko bobu sia kra ensuhuna omode ka ho no edoso and you come home and you are grappling in a very serious manner to even pay.
So Salia to wrap up no.
And I'm saying based on all these conditions Ghana sia no your revenue enkoyi because of COVID no companies be bring and make profit. And our profits no so na bema government su enye sika because and government revenue has a dip and your spending so are increasing. You say yeah but cut your spending about 30% government salaries are yet there are so many expenditure are cutting and then e-levy say e-levy so at me but e-levy because from the way things are going and because maybe it is a beginning and to me the projected expenditure and I think say based on all these things if we should go to IMF, I won't be surprised. And I will not say, sir, and Ghanaians will not also say, sir, I didn't think more criticize John Dramani Mahama because the situations are different. Or no, when they due to mismanagement. Obi abetima call hospital on different reasons. Obetima call hospital because of carelessness. Or I could drive careless. And accident. And obi so ebia or no sunya accident, but ono na otena ho na obi ebe bono ebe born. And I wadi duane bi a yemu ye wo ye na call hospital. Obi su sheda na wo ko nua de
le Mahama
obi abetima ko
Mahama ko IMF because of mismanagement.
Because the government mismanagement and incompetence.
What
and the way you know and make and who have some bio mama examples and I'm missing way
we near there
and I'm missing way you know because if we are suffering because my dikaka say COVID-19 aba disruption of a global supply chain bibia nyoma nyina say you close your border, you close schools, you close your ports, you close hotels. You
cited
under John Dramani Mahama, you close border.
You cited Egypt, you cited Kenya. So munina already know more.
Yes,
this is a year 1 out of 1,000 countries in the world.
One out of 1,000.
You offer number no.
Do you know there are a number of countries in the world?
I just used 1,000.
No,
I just used
don't use 1,000.
I just used 1,000. You find enabling countries. You were Togo, you were Benin, you were Cote d'Ivoire, you were Burkina Faso, you were Mali. None of these countries I consider IMF. Even Burkina Faso, make us a military, any Guinea. None of them. So why are we always comparing ourselves to Omo from when the situation is bad, but never compare ourselves to Omo?
Offer neighboring countries are born. One boy even one francophone country. Francophone. One anglophone countries. Only say
by a neighboring country,
francophone countries. Only say francophone countries. More reserves at France. French for and kita omo reserves. Iti omo currency no and depreciate sa. It is sometimes even they are able to absorb shocks when they are even in a global recession. Unless maybe France go on recession, then, but omo situation is different. Sometimes they can have problem with other management of omo economy, but when it comes to say borrowing, depreciation of CD, we don't even go there.
Nigeria is not talking about
money. France for a man ekita omo reserves. Say omo pe reserves are omo release. To show up on economy. So they don't necessarily have to go to IMF. It's they have a different layer of solving a problem.
Okay.
Other than resorting to
like
IMF.
Nigeria,
yes.
Any other
Nigeria, Ghana, Gambia,
why?
We are in the same soup. And they are also considering because the situation in Nigeria is worse as in Ghana. USA, and then we have not concluded.
USA is not considering IMF. Germany is not considering IMF. Even the world
don't say US,
Russia,
US,
Ukraine,
the IMF
is considering. So why?
US don't even go there.
What about UK?
They are even the people sponsoring.
What about UK?
US, when it comes to debt to GDP, do you know debt to GDP of US?
Can we also compare ourselves to UK because you just cited say UK
debt to GDP
demonstrate
over 100% debt to GDP. If an African country be debt to GDP and rises to that level, they will come say you are a debt distressed country. US almost 200% debt to GDP. An African country with debt to GDP percent of 200, they will say the country has come to a standstill.
Let me engage
you. Don't even go there.
Emmanuel Opare. Why is it that this COVID-19, post-COVID-19 effect, Russia-Ukraine war effect, whenever government, we look at the bad side, the bad side from other countries affect our ECOWAS war, but we don't compare ourselves to the good side. Yesterday, Reuters reported and said even a war-torn nation called Ukraine, Omo ash is shifted, Omo first. I can say foodstuffs or more they call other countries or more cotton Jessica. Ukraine is not considering IMF program, but we Ghana, the situation is now we are okay. we are okay because we have something to blame the economy, the mess of the economy on. And yeah, Russia, Ukraine, war na COVID-19. Why do we always choose and pick?
Because the economy is resilient. So economy is resilient. Shocks never cry and cancer. Say yeah, nanka planting for food and jobs are about we a touted with brain. Say if it has been truly working now, anka near kosi. Ye who sa shop, but who say ye intelligence abano. I can't be bia. It means a young casano. Then I ever say ye war that a young neighbor see or competitive advantage will be you. Other be a cana economists and say, we ye competitive advantage that be a claim in the midst of these challenges. Ye they are no neka. Also for your food value chain now. Would you say ye and one say, how can a minister use the supply of fertilizer to assess how senior ma agric IE? And we are not using the physical evidence of tonnage. Say be a bro last year be a bro 200 metric tons. In your way be 100 metric tons. It be not be important. Kuko ye be a so best. Eti ye bamuno. Ye tuma and kuko increase for be a 10,000 best. To be 100,000, so a jump of a certain percentage. But rather, what the fertilizer and they calculate how well you are doing with planting for food and jobs. It is ye resilient and non-tea. A ban a kaye. Nanka omaya a greater number of people a year into farming. I no sooner ye sika bibire komuno. Anka Ukraine way. Masa Ukraine you abajo. Ebro. So wheat ni kraba meba. Ye bro ye obanchi ye food research for research say even cassava flour as at 10 years ago now ye economic value of about $5 billion. It is a ye resilient ye setters ni ma aka we ye nkan but yes say they are no and they claim say ya achieve nti reality ni buy no one say I expose ye as obi a wako university na wako try bia wako try the first class and now we invest first we invest. Ni wa kra bi kwa okọ no ayene no ho ansu ade bia se ye do ba tena adwuma no so a ho na bo se okwa wanko su ahwe eti anu bi na I expose ye the so course so ye bank sector aye resilient ye agri sector aye resilient ye resilient to ha koko ayese no reality ni by akai bibia ankoso ye we are not investing in where we're supposed to invest. We are not developing where we're supposed to develop. Eti ama kakra bia wo so ye no maybe aka we should say bibia be say kra anka ya agree Saturday but this is like so still ye we aduane ane bo kwa eden eyefo ufa all producer e bia wo problem kakra da ho so ne bo odi unya bi so that you cannot even eat ene what was say so you gonna na so be didia to eat is a luxury. Ye shade economics no ye wo ebia ka so bibia e lodge that say to the extreme
I say ja woman at the form of the one for
but say to eat kenke is a luxury, to eat gari is a luxury. Kofi broke mine kokwa ya toto I friend kofi broke mine anka no say udi kra na ya na ode tell me ade enne udi kokwa kra ya luxury cause kokwa ba ko pay 24 cedis nkatie. It is somebody kokwa na somebody kokoma ohun atowa say be okra be 15 cedis ato kokoma mako 3 and 4 asana we di ma ohun ato because body ba ko no ye twam 3 ba ko so eti economy na nkasa enye resilient eti ni aba no e kire won e manage economy no na wo ka so ye manage ni ye good banks na ma financial institution na strong na ma ejira so economic growth aba no ye ni economic growth oba bia
okay.
Eti ni aba no de e kire adwuma wo ye no aba no 2017 obeye na okase wa ye no ehun susaso ne
ye rasa kasale ayo 2 more minutes to wrap up said the kai say COVID-19 omo no more underlying conditions and I can omo adodo na etimi ku omo because wapomode nye or diabetes underlying conditions per the situation of COVID-19 etimi messy up economy to the extent say and any I can't class if we are now thinking twice, having the second thought about it. Does it mean that our economy was having a year underlying conditions, but you were just running the economy with propaganda?
No, no. We say there are certain countries that are open. Ghana, the whole of Africa, Obetima, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, I don't know, then Nigeria, Mokra, open to the extent, say, they are open to the world. Bia o amonebia no say you see country ben obeba obe mention Ghana. That is the reason why COVID na kasakra no where countries be wo ha they were not even harder hit because for amba omfa disease no kra amba. Ghana say abrofo no omo Ghana. And besides that, the open market aye no we rely so much on Nyoma ye kraba. It is problems eba ewa mononia. Affect here. Countries be so ha. Maybe omo developing sing Ghana, but they are self-reliance. They grow what they eat. Any sa nyoma no. Here Ghana, the local nyoma ba. Almost everything invariably. Ye kraba. Everything. It is a problem what sa country now. Problems no be
what happened to our factories ISCC one district one factory produce
the factories afena be more starting in Sanwema no about 100 and something ISC every no operationally about 80 something starting juma and no entering transforming the economy all of a sudden it will take time gradually but you see when Mr. Opare Kasano he was talking about say you spend this good banks in Sanwema you see sometimes there are three things that we say obi ye educate ye inform and ye entertain no we are not here to entertain anybody so say we are only here to inform and educate say you see Nana Addo edi sika eko good bank enye no kre
na no kre ne say
just like Hippic when say obi say why na dey Hippic back Roma say Kufuor. But it was not Kufuor. It was not Kufuor. Because by the time you say Kufuor by na 3 months and you call Hippic. When ruli krama
but why na dey call Hippic?
Me back. One ruli send the pana oji free the predecessor. One ruli kra 3 months onye step onye yi ni cabinet nyina wiye kra. And they decided to say Hippic because that country has already been run aground. Now, industry for now more no more say economy no. And when you say Hippic no crown before I will there are criteria. Every say won't qualify. It's the same way as with the banks. We say before cry industry. Industry may wrap up. We say before cry industry grab a corner. Now the
so okay you spend this car to collapse the banks.
Oh, and I may explain
wrap up time.
And I may explain you see
because the time will not
afford me explain it. I may explain it. Before I hear but not NDC 4 in 2015 at the sika about 2 billion. I'm a banks now a collapse no. Omo asset assessment and omo banks are about 8 banks now omo collapse and NDC about 2 billion more than 2 billion because even one of the banks had even 2 billion and other banks omo kocheche sika no to say
and 21 billion time oh the road say
me launch into enu na me if you are wasting my time enu na me come
ye
tie it's here ba no ye hu say we cannot go that same route and they decided say there was a law in this for the bar say this is how you have to do it and they decided say these banks collapsed under this government and omo decided say omo resources state omo and omo antimi and the scanner I dem omo no they even use this omo the scanner be crack will be different
21 billion
different 21 billion they the depositors
okay
microphone na omo di omo sika bank because na bank ni sika biom omo betua it government has to use ono ankasa sika etua depositors and the strengthen banks no And no na nkrofo betina ha. Almost
okay.
UK and then Nigeria in the 90s. Now Nigeria had
so
about 8 to 9 banks.
So 2 billion NDC for the mom survive. Those there was collapsing. No say KD. That 21 billion more.
Say yeah, because already no ya mama opportunity no to revive you. You couldn't. So we cannot take that same part.
Yeah, fertilizer by free fertilizer. What be chop?
No, because it was better to subsidize the fertilizer than to do it free. Because at the time I hear free, not farmers no yet. Mostly free, but
now also subsidize the farmers.
Oh yeah, with the subsidy.
And you create what?